At this stage, the focus of the government is still relief and recovery and provision of basic services such as shelter, water, sanitation, and hospital facilities. First, to put things in perspective, the region that was affected accounts for 12.5% of our GDP. And we believe that based on very, very preliminary data, that there might be a deceleration in that region of between 8 to 10%. And this can shave off, say, 1% to the national growth rate next year.
The Philippines economy has been found to be the most at risk globally from natural disasters. What is the government doing to reduce that risk?
Infrastructure is going to be a key component in managing that risk. And we're investing increasingly in infrastructure. It will be 20% of next year's budget. The approach really is to make sure that we mitigate the impact of climate change to a country like ours, which is among the top 3 in the world in terms of vulnerability to natural disasters.
There's increasing criticism that the government has not done enough to aid with the search and rescue efforts, that they're not moving fast enough, and that there wasn't enough prevention.
I was watching TV once comparing the strength of this typhoon. No? It's like a tornado, the highest category of tornado, but multiplied over 100-fold. No? So we've never experienced it. No country has experienced this. The normal delivery of relief and recovery efforts are the local government units. And they were right at the heart of it. So all the capacity at the ground was affected by the typhoon. In fact, there was no communication. There was no power.
How long do you think it will take for the Philippines to bounce back from this disaster?
It will take many years to rebuild that infrastructure because, for example, the one that hit northern Mindanao, whose intensity is not as much as that, it took probably a year to rebuild the infrastructure. Maybe this one will take more than a year because some of the infrastructure are things that under normal circumstances require a long time. No? For example, transmission lines. No? You don't build transmission lines overnight.